Hi there, welcome to Thought Flow Glow Oracle, where I interpret the cards to provide insight into your life. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're here, I believe you're meant to be here. Take what resonates in this reading, discard the rest. Alrighty, let's get into this reading. Let's see what messages want to come through for you today. Unavailable heart. There's some coldness that I'm picking up on. The number 33 could be significant for you, or the number 6. I'm also hearing 9 as well. There's coldness, but I'm also seeing, so there's two hearts here. There's this warm heart, there's this small cold heart, and I feel like this reading has something to do with a person that you were connecting with, and it feels like in the beginning it was going well. There could have been some passion, or there could have been what felt like a genuine connection, but I'm getting this person had a cold heart. This person was closed off to your passion, to whatever love you had to offer, or to whatever warmth you were giving to them. This doesn't necessarily have to be a love reading, so you can apply it to your situation how it fits, although I feel like it is more of like a love reading coming through, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that for you. That's totally fine. But I am seeing that there was someone offering a lot of love and the other person just could not handle it. The other person did not have the capacity. But I'm also getting that it wasn't their fault. This cold heart is something that I heard that they were born with, but it feels too, there's something about their parents coming through. It could be something that they got from their parents. Like it could be like a passing down of emotions type of thing, a generational like curse or trauma that has passed through this person's family. I'm also seeing that with your love, your love and energy, your love helped this person to become aware of this coldness. I don't think they were aware of it. I think that this person here may have been traumatized through their upbringing, and they would respond to you in a way that showed this coldness. So, for an example, maybe you try to express yourself to this person, you try to express your feelings to this person, and they would not listen. They would block you out, they would deny it, they would make it seem as if they weren't listening, etc. They may have come across as a narcissist. You may have felt like maybe this person is narcissistic, but I'm also getting that this could be how their parents treated them. Sorry, excuse me. And that's how their parents, their grandparents treated their parents. So it's some sort of emotional trauma that has trickled down. They were not aware of it. They were not consciously aware of how they were treating you until I think you spoke up. You said something. Maybe you were sharp with your words. It's almost as if their coldness was, how do you say, like almost as if you were taking it on. Either that, or they were bringing you down to the point where, not that you were actually taking in this coldness, but that's sort of like what they were creating in you. So I feel like there were some things said, and you became a mirror to them. You became some kind of reflection, and they were able to see it. They were able to compare your heart to theirs. They were able to see that you were such a loving person the entire time, or the entire duration of this connection, and they could not meet you there. I feel like this person ran away from you. You could be in no contact or separation with this person. I felt like they shut the door because of shame and guilt, because they didn't know how to handle the emotion. So they shut down, and they didn't know how to handle they didn't know how to handle that emotion, because that's not what they were taught. Like, they were never taught how to do that. Maybe when they were younger, they would go to their parents with feelings like, I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel depressed, I feel frustrated, and their mom or their father, I don't know, it feels like the mother, but it could be either parent or any caregiver. I feel like they shut down, or they could not handle their child's emotions, which feels very sad. But like I said, it was trickled down. Like, they couldn't handle the emotion because they were never taught to either. So it's a family dynamic that is very unfortunate. But like I said, you came around. You have a different energy in your body. I'm also getting that you could possibly have had a similar situation or similar relationship with your parents. Maybe you felt unheard or not listened to by your parents, but for whatever reason, your heart was not, it's like your heart was protected by spirit. Sorry, excuse my voice. Um, your heart was protected by spirit. Maybe you're more spiritually inclined than this person is. Maybe you have spiritual practices, or you tend to pray often. You connect with God or your spirit guides or your angels more so than this person. So through your connection to spirit, you were able to keep this love alive within you. And because you connected with this person, it's like that is starting to seep into them. Like, as you can see, like, this heart, the warmth of this heart is sort of like seeping into the cold heart. So there's a little bit of yellow here. There's a little bit of yellow. So I feel like you opened this person up to the awareness of their actions, their behaviors, their emotional unavailability. So this card says unavailable heart, and it also says face painful experiences and heal. I think that you are someone who allows yourself to face painful experiences and you allow yourself to heal. I don't think this person ever did that. So I'm seeing you as someone who was very much so emotionally available. You were expressive, you express yourself, you express your feelings and your emotions. This person couldn't handle it, but they became aware of it. Or they how do you say, like, even though they felt uncomfortable with it, they saw you. And then I feel like it got to the point where, though they were uncomfortable with it, like, they still were able to see you, though they were choosing to ignore it. So it's like it's as if they were emotionally unavailable subconsciously, but then after being with you or connecting with you for a bit of time, they became emotionally available consciously. Though that hurts to hear, I'm sure, that is the first step to their awakening, to their spiritual awakening, to their emotional awakening. I feel like you two are in separation. Again, this definitely feels like a love reading, but it doesn't really have to be. It could be another connection that you have, just minus the passion, just minus any passion that I might mention, okay? So, unless there's, passion as in you guys are very emotional, like happy, angry, just no, hopefully you get what I'm saying. So where was I? You are opening up this person. You're opening up their heart. It's the first step. So I feel like you're in no contact currently, or distancing yourself, maybe not complete separation, but maybe you've slowly distanced yourself because you understand your worth and that you don't need to um, exhaust your energy for someone who is emotionally like unavailable or incapable of handling you. But I feel like this connection or this separation or this distance is necessary. You're allowing this person time to connect to themselves and to be inspired by you. I'm getting that, or it feels like if you crowd this person's space, if you hover over this person, or if you self abandon yourself by allowing this person to take up your time when it feels uncomfortable for you, then this person will not learn. They will not reflect. So your distance is helping them to reflect. Another thing with me clearing out my throat, I feel like this person wants to communicate or they will eventually communicate, but they don't know what to say. They don't know what to say because they're not they're not familiar with I'm here they're not familiar with words of apology, or maybe they don't use the word sorry. But again, this could be something that they experience in childhood. Their parents never apologized. Their parents never expressed themselves. Their parents would probably just brush things under the rug. So this person never learned what to do or what to say when they feel guilty or they feel shame or they know they've hurt someone. And this is the type of person who, if they know that they hurt someone, they kind of shut down because the shame is not bearable because they never learned how to release that shame or express it. This is someone who feels like emotions are weak. And this could be someone who is in their toxic masculinity. They're not in their divine masculine energy. It could be a feminine energy as well. But it definitely feels like, I mean, even if it was a toxic femininity, it would be expressed differently. So I definitely feel like this is someone who is in toxic masculine energy, not gender specific. So it could be a woman or it could be a man. However, this reading is resonating for you. I'm picturing a spine that's connecting these two. So there could be some kind of energetic bond between you two. But it also feels like you're breaking away from this bond. I'm hearing slowly but surely as well. You're mustering up the strength. Maybe it's you mustering up the strength to communicate something, to communicate how you truly feel. Maybe you no longer want to be a part of this connection, and that's something that you want to communicate, but you're not entirely sure how to do it. Worthy heart, the number 2, you are enough is what it says. So I'm definitely seeing that you know your worth, or you're learning your worth. You may be learning that through this connection. This person may have drained you or brought you to exhaustion or brought you down to your knees to the point where you finally said enough is enough. I can't take this anymore. I have to do something about this. So maybe you stood up for yourself in some kind of way. You became more assertive, more direct. You were no longer in like this weak position. So I feel like through this connection, you are learning your strength, you are learning your power. So there's some kind of like both of you are benefiting from this. Like they're learning about emotional availability, they're learning about their emotions and their feelings essentially, and you're learning about your inner strength. I feel like this here is, like I said, it's a masculine person, though currently in toxic masculinity, and this is a feminine person here, learning to tap into their divine feminine energy. Also, with this yellow here, it's giving like a friendship vibe. So it's telling me that you're not someone to, I'm hearing you're not someone to hold grudges, but you're also not someone to just cut someone off entirely. Like, I feel like how I said there's some kind of spine connecting you two. Like, you're not someone to just throw someone away, even if that person stays in the back of your mind. That could be something that you're learning as well. That could be some kind of lesson that you're learning to I'm not sure though. It's almost as if you could be learning to let people go with love, to maybe not drastically like cut them off, but to free yourself gently with love. I'm picking up on compassion, a forgiving energy that you have. And I'm hearing that you're learning this. It wasn't something that maybe you didn't understand this yourself. Maybe you didn't always get this love or compassion or forgiveness for others, but it's something that you are teaching yourself. Or maybe it's something you've already learned and now you're teaching this person here how to be more compassionate, forgiving, understanding, more open and loving. Okay, resilient heart, the number 12. And it says it's time to rebuild. So you're definitely creating some sort of foundation here that is for your good. And it's also benefiting the other person. And I honestly see you two together in the future. It could be near future, it could be far future. It doesn't have to be so essentially you determine the type of relationship that you will have with this person moving forward. You can decide and determine the type of bond that you will have. You can decide how friendly this connection will be, how close or how far apart or how distant this connection will be. But I do see the two of you together. So it could be as friends. It could be as lovers if this story is resonating with you as a love reading, or it could just be two partners. It could even be any relationship, any connection that you have in your life, essentially. There's someone here who was cold towards you. They didn't understand it. You have helped them to see the light essentially through your loving golden energy. I'm seeing you with this golden energy because you grew. You learned to tap into your inner strength, your inner power, and you're giving this very resilient vibe. You're very resilient. And it's like you're teaching other people this, how to be resilient, how to be strong, how to be emotionally resilient, emotionally strong. There's a lot of love here. It's kind of like tough love. There's some sadness here, but it's a situation that's rebuilding. And it's being built up stronger than it's ever been before. The number 12 could be significant, or 3. I'm also getting 14, 5. So those are the numbers that I'm seeing. It could be anyone's birthdays, lucky numbers. So, what else am I seeing here? I'm being drawn to this flower. Actually, both flowers. This one here and then this one. There's definitely beauty in this connection. There could be a purpose for this connection. You two working together, there's some significance to that. It's almost as if like you two together become like this I'm seeing like this light, this golden light that shines on others or influences others. Like you are bright on your own, but it feels like when you rebuild with this person, you become even brighter with this person. So you can make an even more significant or bigger impact on the world or like those around you. It's as if like people will see how you two came together after hardship and it will inspire them to do the same with the people in their lives. I'm also seeing you two coming together and sharing your story publicly, like sharing your story on stage. So it's almost as if like maybe you two are married or you got married or you're getting married, and then for whatever you do for work, you two, I see just two people on stage sharing this connection, expressing how one was unavailable, one was loving and caring, and we were able to work things out. Yeah. Hmm. What else am I getting? Hmm. Yeah, I think that's all that I want to do for today for this reading. Hopefully, you've gotten what you needed from this. Hopefully, you've resonated in a positive way. If so, you can hit the like button. You can comment down below and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you and cannot wait to see you again in the next one. So, until then, take care. Thank you. Bye bye.